So my parents decided to leave El Salvador. It was 1988 in April. We received a death note, a death threat that if my dad didn't hand over 100,000 colones, which is equivalent to about $100,000 in terms of how hard it is to earn, they would take one of the girls, and we were 4 girls at the time. And so he decided to pay to just keep everyone quiet. And but in the meantime, he started getting visas for all of us. And he was a merchant. He used to come to the U.S. and buy old school buses, and then take them to El Salvador and sell them. So he had a busing company down there. Well, in the meantime, between April and November, he started getting visas for all of us. So he didn't have a problem to get a visa for my mom. She came to the U.S. to see if this is a place she would want to live. So we were by ourselves with my dad for about 3 months while she explored here to really see if she would want to be here. And then she came back. Well, from the time she came back in June till November, my dad kept getting visas, and saying, we want to go see what the U.S. is like. And so when we left, the night before we left, we received another death threat. And it was, if you don't give us a certain amount of money again, we're going to take one of your girls. And so we left that night, and he just paid for flights, and all of us were separated into different cars. So my aunt drove some people to the airport, other people drove, we just were separated. And that's when I asked my dad, I said, why did you separate us? And he said it was because if one of the cars was bombed, at least some of us would survive. And then we came to the US thinking we were going to Disneyland. When anyone asked us, we said we're going to Disneyland. We had matching shirts that said El Salvador. We were so excited. We didn't know we were leaving the country at the time. They didn't want us to know because it would have put a different face, And so when we got to the US, we didn't go to Disneyland for a long time. And we thought we would leave after a year, maybe after 2 years when the war was over, but it never got better. It's still one of the highest crime rates in Central America is in El Salvador, and it's still a very dangerous place to live.